All right, so we know these the same kids, right? And you know they're the same kids because it teaches you the adolescence versus the childlike mindset. So the children have a deeper imagination, so they could explore the world inside, and then these are the ones that explore the world outside. With them exploring the world inside, the deep dive is this is the magical school bus. So when we went to school, you might have heard of Gus the Bus. If you was like from the the what's our generation, millennial generation, and Gus the Bus, it was somebody in the back that knew like had a whole spreadsheet of all the kids' names and stuff, and they was talking through a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And like they knew the kids, so it made you feel special. And it's like, oh, how this person knew me because they was introducing us to that robotic stage, and then we inside the rope. You know what I'm saying? Actual machine, mechanical machine speaking to us and stuff, and we are moving mechanisms. So with us learning that we're moving mechanisms, when they get to the adolescent age, this is when they try to save the world. So them trying to save the world, they get discoveries, they combine, and when they combine, they make Captain Planet, which is a spirit that overcomes, you know what I'm saying, that's putting all these nationalities together, but this represents the whole phase of America. Because it's the first country where it's just all these different souls combined. And with all these different souls, some of us learning that, oh, we old souls because we got hidden knowledge that a lot of people don't even know and haven't explored yet. Because the inner healing, once you do that process, you like everything heals with water. Everything healing with water reminds you about the beginning of the time because this water, this whole earth was just a body of water that's inside of a cage. That's the firmament. So with us being in a cage, we getting our sea legs. It's like you come from Atlantis and you learning how to walk, but it tells you in the serpent stage. The serpent stage is basically just crawling. It's on the belly. That was the curse. You get on your belly, you don't have memory, you learn how to walk. Once you learn how to walk, about 3 years old, you start developing your conscience, you getting some sense, and then once you get sense, by age 7, you know what I'm saying? You develop that sense by 8. You kind of got your personality from the family, and then so on and so forth. By 10, they say you know who you are, and then going on, you lose yourself within this school system. But then the school system is just teaching you what's called the Church of Science. That's why they remove the Bible. They remove the Bible because they tell you about the world instead of you learning the world from your own people. When you learn the world from your own people, you start doing street economics, like you go around talking to other people, other souls. You start finding out everybody got familiarities. It's like we all here just trying to do something for our family. With us doing something for our family, some people get broken, some people expand. The people that get broken, we're gonna see them more on the streets, and the people that expand, you're gonna see them probably in a business or something. Because what families do, like all these businesses like Walmart things, they do it for their people. With them doing it for their people, they built up stuff that was supposed to help the world, but then it's passed down in generations, and generations break it because they don't understand the gifts that they got received. So just giving people gifts, it's gonna teach them about this outside world. It's not gonna teach them about their inside. The Bible is something that's a book that teaches us about the inside, but exploring it is hard because of the words that it has. It breaks translation where people sometimes get aggressive thoughts like, man, I cannot understand this. It might make them feel like they can't read things because all them big words in the beginning. But when you study mythologies, that's why I'm like, the Bible is about a bunch of superheroes, and now we're in the time phase of information where you can look up these stories and get interpretation and translations from scholars that did research on it. And that is what makes this world beautiful because we open now. We more open, we more honest. People are knowing which paths they want to take. Some people are exploring and finding out their realms. And then I'm about to take y'all on like a flight real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because like so I'm somebody that grew up always liking Jordans, but then me liking Jordans is because of the air on it. Like me wanting to fly all the time, walking on air, the Nike, the Goddess. So I have different things that I like cling to that I like, and then when I study where that even came from, that gives a better insight of why I even favored it. Because sometimes materials do remind you of your ancient self. Like it's a lot of stuff out here that's gonna remind you of who you was in trace of time. Cause I even get the two strands all the time and remember the DNA that's within us. It's always mixed and intertwined. And with it intertwined and twinkle, you are the twinkle of the star. with the rocket ship that you came from, because everybody came here to explore. You guaranteed, or you get up to like 100 years, but some people sign contracts before they even got here spiritually. Well, they didn't want to spend the whole 100 years because they've been here before and they know how, you know what I'm saying, disastrous it is. So they on the other side trying to help. But you cannot take yourself out the game, and you do not want these spirits to take you out either. So it's always trying to think above, you know what I'm saying, go on that flight. If you remember the Campbell's commercial, when that can dropped because that kid wanted it, and then it rolled with him out the stove, and then his mama popped on the hand like, "What you steal that for?" Now that part ain't happened, but it's telling you about damaged goods. Because I used to work at a grocery store. I don't work at so many different places, because you learn skills and you start to see the behind the scenes to tell people what goes on. So when a can drops on the ground, that's called damaged goods. It's called damaged goods because somebody gonna complain about it. Somebody gonna think that the inside of it isn't working this properly, you know what I'm saying, or the food or something that happened to it just because it dropped. But it's so much protection on the outside that it's like it's nothing wrong with what's going on in the inside. But that, with that being damaged goods, it's free now. With it being free, it's free to roam. And when it being free to roam, it followed that kid outside the store because it dropped to the ground, and that's somebody that wanted it. So when somebody wanted it, that's somebody that picked it up and was able to enjoy what was inside of that can. So that's what we here for. Everybody is damaged goods down here. So instead of, you know what I'm saying, being on the shelf, like trying to get bought and all this, you gotta know that somebody is gonna pick you off the ground, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta be that person also to fulfill them. So it's a reciprocal barter system. So like if this is the person that matches your energy, and both of y'all know, hey, everybody down here suffering, but when we in the home together, we gonna be each other's comfort. That's how you do a relationship. That's where you find your comfort zone, and that's what unconditional love is, because you know both y'all went through things, and y'all do not have to put each other through that. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna go outside the world, explore it, but when you come back, home is always supposed to be peace, because if it's not peace, it's just a house. And if it's just a house, you know what I'm saying, you in a box. You just in a box. And with you being in a box, there's going to be some bad spirits floating around that mug, because it's emptiness still in there, because it's not a love that's possessed. And they trying to warn you, like, nah, get away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay too long. That's why they give you lease agreements on these apartments. And if you again want to buy a home, it's something that has to be built up with inside, and then y'all cherish that together.